Hi everyone, how are you? Today's video is going to be about business psychology, and some people may think, oh, psychology, it's fluff, blah blah blah. But psychology is there all the time. It's going to be there every day, and it's going to be there every hour, and it's going to affect everything you do, right? So it's probably the most important thing. So let's get right to it, right? Um, Number one, you're gonna have, whether you're starting, if you are starting, there's some things to kind of get your mind ready for, right? So you kind of have to have a mindset, this is going to be hard. You are going to be failing a lot. You're going to get rejected a lot. It's going to be very difficult. So you're going to need to be ready to put a monster effort into this. Just, it's going to happen, right? So you hear it from me or you encounter it on your own. But to make your business a success, to take it from like zero to something real, it's going to take a lot of hard work. So just get ready for it. There's going to be a lot of challenges, and you're going to have to really overcome them, right? And like the first challenge people usually kind of encounter is, they don't have money to start. They don't have a team. They don't have all the skill sets. How do you, I mean, that's daunting, right? That's very overwhelming. And most people, when they start, they get excited about the idea, but then they quickly realize, hey, how do I build this product, or how do I provide this service? I don't have the money. I need money. I can't start. Right? Does that maybe sound familiar? Um, well, that's not quite the right attitude. I mean, of course, you need money. Like, who doesn't? But the thing is that before you start and after you start, you're gonna have like hundreds of things that they're gonna seem insurmountable, and it's just your job. That's the job of the entrepreneur, the business owner, to find a way to overcome those things. Be creative, be resourceful. Um, it doesn't always come to you right away. Sometimes it takes time to realize how you're gonna, uh, figure something out or get around some difficulty. But that's gonna be your job, right? So instead of saying, "Oh, I can't start this business because of X, because I don't have the money, because I don't have the team, because I don't know this, because I don't have the connections. Oh, nobody's helping me. Where's my rich uncle?" No, right? I'm gonna do this. That's the attitude, right? I'm gonna figure out how. I'm gonna go little by little or quickly if you can, and I'm gonna really make it happen. So it's almost like the verbs in which you think, right? I'm gonna make it happen. I'm growing this business. I'm starting this business. I am doing X, right? Instead of oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm not able to do this, right? See the difference? Like, the one is so defeating. I mean, you're already lost, right? So make it happen. Figure out how, right? Just figure out how. And once you start, you're gonna have so many challenges, right? So the next part is you're gonna go against huge odds, right? You probably don't have a lot of money to start. You probably don't have the team that you need to start, right? You don't maybe need to have all the skills. Your product or your service, it's very new, so it's not that great probably at first. It's gonna be great. You're gonna have to get it there, but at first it's not going to be. So for that reason, you're gonna have a lot of rejection. You're gonna have a lot of people telling you, "Oh, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing." You're gonna have some discouragement, or maybe a lot of discouragement. Maybe because also you're gonna be taking some risk, right? If you have a family, if you have friends, they're gonna say, "Oh man, you're just gonna waste your time, your money, blah blah blah." But don't let anyone tell you that. I mean, you may spend lose some money or time, but it's kind of up to you, right? So nobody should tell you that. um, they're your decisions, and you don't you know not business statistics are not very good. Most businesses fail, but I mean, you gotta try it. Just try, I mean, and no one should discourage you from that. You should make a smart decision whether you should start a business or not, whether it's the right time in your life, whether, you know, think about it. But once you do think about it and decide to do it, don't let people discourage you. And they're gonna, not because they are bad people, but because maybe they want to protect you, maybe they want the best for you, and they think they know what's best for you. Um, and then there's going to be kind of like the people you try to sell to, right? Because as soon as you start, you're going to be selling, even if not directly, right? But you're going to be pitching your business. Hey, investor, invest in me. Hey, person, come work with me. Hey, XYZ, do something, right? So you're going to be talking about your business all the time to different people for different reasons. Many of them won't really like your business. It's new. Probably it's not that mature. Probably the business idea is only half baked, right? You're kind of still working on it. So there's going to be a lot of discouragement and rejection. And your job is to just absorb it, really think about what the people tell you, synthesize it in your mind. Um, and it's even okay to get a little down because it happens, right? I mean, if you get all this negativity, it sort of makes you feel negative. But get over it, you know, think about it, absorb it, and make it sort of work for you. Because when people tell you negative things, there's something there usually, and it's actually, you can make it really work for you if you think about it and think about how to make your business idea or business better, so that those same people in a month or two, they'll be like, oh, what you're doing is a little better now. Or if they tell you some reason they don't like your business, make that reason maybe go away, fix that reason. So you can really make that negativity work for you because it's a great source of learning. Um, let's see, what's next? Another thing is, ego, right? Everyone's kind of got an ego. You're taking a big risk, you're taking a big step. Just as much as there can be a lot of discouragement, there can be a lot of kind of like this ego boosting, right? You're doing something, you're making things happen. You're the man, you're the leader of this project, right? It's very ego boosting. But sometimes having an ego makes it harder to take feedback. It makes you more defensive. It makes you less likable, right? People with an ego, they're a little less likable. They're kind of sometimes off-putting. But you have to be very charismatic if you're going to be the leader of this business, right? Because you want people to like you. You want your employees to like you. You want your partners to like you. You want to be just a good person. You just want to be a good person, like in life in general. But in the business, I mean, nobody wants to deal with like a snob or. So be a good person, and be humble, because being humble will help you really listen to people, and absorb what they say. And you don't have to do as they say, but you should certainly think about it and absorb kind of, and digest all those things that they tell you, because there's probably some truth in what they tell you. And everyone, makes a lot of mistakes. Sometimes they think I'm so right. Like I often, we all do. We often think like our assumptions are right. Like my customers will like this. The product is better off this way. But often we're just kind of tell ourselves that we are right and convince ourselves that we are right. And much more seldom than that, we're actually right. So being humble will allow you to hear a little better the outside, so that you can sort of synthesize more than just your inner voices, which are you convincing yourself that you are right, right? So, so kind of just take a step back and be humble. And of course, it's your baby, it's your business. You don't want to hear bad things about it, but make it work for you. Take it, think about it, absorb it, and you'll come out better. Let's see. I made a little list for myself of top things I was gonna talk to you about. So I'm just gonna check here. There's the other thing, right? So there's stress and anxiety, right? And I think all entrepreneurs face this and have this in a way, because there's a lot on your shoulders. Now, of course, there's the financial issues, right? Every day you need to make money. It's not easy every day. Sometimes you have up days, sometimes you have down days, and you're gonna have down days, right? And you gotta keep cool. Um, Down days, they're gonna happen. Um, but it's bigger than that, right? I mean, there's like the stresses all that happens all the time. I mean, there's employees, then there's the revenue, then there's like a million things. Then there's your customers, then there's the product quality. They're not all gonna go right, and if something doesn't go right, it's gonna kind of put stress on you. But none of these things are. There will not be a time where all of these are happening perfectly, right? One of these things or more than one of these things are they're not gonna be as good as you want them to go. So you're gonna have this perpetual stress, perpetual worry, but you don't want. I mean, that everyone has it, but you gotta deal with it so that they don't affect your decision making. Because when you let this stress and anxiety and these kind of negative feelings affect your decisions, they're going to be rushed decisions. They're going to be not well thought out, and many of your mistakes will come from these stress and anxiety induced decisions. And I don't want to say anxiety like it's a mental thing. Like, I mean, it's just part of it, right? Your business needs to grow faster, faster, faster. I mean, that's in itself already a source of anxiety, right? And if it doesn't grow faster, 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 I mean, at least it should grow. And if it doesn't grow, what's going on, right? So I mean, there has to be some stress like that, because I mean, you got to be pushing that thing along to start working. But at the same time, don't let keep really calm and cool, because you can't let that affect your decisions negatively, because those are going to be costly mistakes, um, and really you don't want costly mistakes. So you're going to have stress, but just understand that you will, and understand when it's happening to you, and try to handle it right instead of let it take over your decision making, your day, how you deal with people. So just be aware, deal with it the right way. Let's see. And then lastly, I just want to chat a little bit about trust issues. Many people are private. Actually, most people are private when they're starting a business. They rather be private. I'm not going to say if that's for better or worse, but that's the case. And you want to foster a situation where you're working with good people that you can trust. Of course, there's got to be the right paperwork, especially if the business starts growing, with your partners, with your employees. But also, uh, don't be kind of too secretive and too kind of, scared to trust people, because you will have to rely on people. It's just your job to surround yourself with good people that you can trust. Because obviously, like, if you don't surround yourself with good people that you can trust, you're gonna have like this mistrust and kind of this negative emotion all the time, right? So you just don't want people like that in your business or in your life, right? So maybe there's a greater advice here, but generally, only deal with good people whom you trust, and it's gonna kind of make it easier for you to reach out to people, to really deal with them on a good level, on a healthy level, because that's what you want. It's gonna have, you're gonna get those healthy conversations out of it, and the healthy conversations will result in better decisions for your business and just better. So that's kind of it. There's a lot more probably in general business psychology, but this is quite a bit. So think about it. Leave me a comment if maybe I forgot something. Maybe you thought I made some reasonable points. And I'm going to be making a lot more videos, so you can subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get an alert when I release new videos. And I'm planning to have videos about just about every business topic. Very casual, you can see it's evening time. and I just kind of sit down, chat with you guys. And if you want to hear about something, you can actually email me, alex@problemio.com. And I'm glad to take suggestions, and maybe I'll make a video about it, because if you have that question, probably hundreds or thousands of people do. And it will be very beneficial for everyone. So email me, alex@problemio, if you want me to make a video about a new topic. Or you can try my apps. There's a ton of free resources. Some are paid. I like when you guys get the paid apps, but there's a ton of free. I mean, of course, I like when you guys get the paid apps. Honest. But I mean, there's a ton of free stuff, a ton of free resources. I really give a lot for free, just because I know entrepreneurs usually are strapped for cash. It isn't easy. So you can try my apps. You can find them if you search for Problemio in the App Store on Android, problemio.com, and you can email me. And if you like the video, you can like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Bye.